Hi, good morning. This is your IELTS speaking practice test, and I'm your practice examiner. In part one, I'm going to ask you a few questions about yourself. My name is Joel Timothy Javed. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Barina Shafiq, and you can call me Barina.
Where do you come from, Barina?
I come from a very salubrious town near Gujranwala. I have been living there since my childhood, and if I were to phrase in one word, I'd say it is my peaceful corner.
Okay, can I see your CNIC? Okay, let's talk about stories. Do you like listening or reading stories?
Well, if I had to choose, I'd say like to read stories.
Why?
Because when I read it, I felt so engaged in that reading that I feel in my own imagination world like I am the main character of that story. It helped me to release my stress out and to unwind from my daily grind of the life. Whenever I do so, I feel like I am on another world, and if I do so, it will also help me to enhance my imagination and memory and concentration.
What kind of stories do you enjoy the most?
Well, as far as I am concerned, I like stories like fairy tales.
Why?
Because in fairy tales, the main character is usually a girl, and so I felt like I am the main character, and that's why I like that kind of stories. It helps me to get so engrossed in that story that I felt emotionally and physically both connected to that story. And if stories like these didn't exist, I wouldn't have get a chance to experience that.
Did your parents tell you stories when you were a child?
Certainly.
Why?
When I was a child, my parents usually prefer to tell me stories to improve my memory, concentration, and analytic thinking. And I think if they didn't do so, my concentration level was not at that appropriate if they didn't do so. So whenever they get time, they tell me stories, and I vividly remember many of them stories which I also cherished a lot. Nowadays I also told my mom to recall me their stories, and I feel very emotionally connected to them, and it's like a peaceful corner, like a breath of fresh air.
Do you prefer real life stories or fictional ones?
If I had to choose, I'd say fictional ones.
Why?
As the real one stories have many setbacks and obstacles and hardships in that. But if I talk about fictional, I can imagine whatever I want. They are not like daily life where we have to suffer a lot. They are very imaginative, cherished, and favorite one which can which I preferred a lot. So, if this story didn't exist, I wouldn't have feel that life could be such a blessing place to live.
Good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part one. Now, part two. In part two, I'm going to give you a topic. So, this is your topic. You have 1 minute to think about it. You can make some notes if you wish, and your time start now, please. Okay, time's up. Now you have 2 minutes to talk. Don't worry if I stop you and your time start now, please.
Okay, so here I would like to talk about the most fascinating person that I share incredibly. close bond with, and he is my friend as well as my brother James. We are like two peas in a pod. If I didn't have him in my life would be out of shape, as he helped me to get out of a situation, and he always go to extra mile to make things better for me. And why he share other thing is mostly because of we are like backbone to the each other. And whenever I was in difficulties, or I need anything, he provided me with that. And if he didn't have that thing, he will try his best to assist me with that thing. And I feel very cherished and blessed to have him in my life, like person as like person like these are blessing for us. If I feel very down, and I'm just thinking about him lift my spirit, as he always prefer to cheer me up. Like if I am feeling very gloomy, like as dull at this pressure, just talking to him lift my spirits and help me to feel on cloud nine, like a breath of fresh air. I use all of this stuff like clothes, accessories, phone, laptop, but mostly I use a laptop, as I didn't got one. And if I have my own laptop, I wouldn't have to disturb him with that. But most of the time I used it, and it helped me a lot. If he didn't help me with this, I have to face fair consequences, as I am a student of Punjab University, and I badly need this. If he do so, it will help me a lot. Apart from this, he is a very generous, magnanimous, and sophisticated personality, and always talk me like a grounded person.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part two. Now, part three. In part three, I'm going to ask you a few questions about trust. How important is trust in building strong relationships?
Well, absolutely, it is a very, very necessity, like an absolute necessity of life.
Why?
Because if we don't trust other, we can't even talk to him. Like if we trust them, we can have a good relation with them. Like we can share secrets and personal gossip, and we can trust them with anything. But if we don't trust them, we can't even share our personal experience. Like if we are in a very in a very depressed situation where we want someone to talk with, and if we don't have any person we can share openly, it's very detrimental for our health as well as our mental. But on the other hand, if we talk openly with someone, life is like a blessing. It's like a breath of fresh air after talking with that, as we can leave our stress out.
Do you think people are more willing to share their personal thoughts and feelings with friends or family members?
uh, in my opinion, people usually prefer friends
Why?
more
Why do they
than
choose friends?
uh, in my opinion, they choose friends because they can talk openly with them.
Hmm.
As if I talk about parents, we have some kind of hesitation in some matters. But with friends, as they are our of own age, we can share anything, and they don't judge us if the thing is bad or good. We can talk to them openly. But on the other hand, parents are also very essential for that. That we can trust them and share them anything, but there is a limited amount of information that we can share them. But with the friends, we can openly share, and it will also help them. If we do so, it will also help us to release our stress out, and not to make us more frustrated.
How can sharing experience and thoughts with others impact on mental health as well as well being?
To my understanding, it has a very material impact on our matter, and mental well-being. Like as if we have something going on our mind and we don't have anything to talk about with, we may become very frustrated, anger, and we also become a patient of anxiety and depression. But on the flip side, if we talk with other person, we can release our stress out. All of our inner gringe came out, and we feel very relaxed and sophisticated. If we do so, it is like a breath of fresh air, and will help them to have them to feel on the cloud nine. And it is very beneficial for the people to share their thoughts and experience with others to get some better decision and consequences.
Do you think social media has changed the way people share their personal lives?
Yes,
How
definitely.
and why?
um, it is because of bad outcomes and consequences that people usually face. Like in today's, most of people are behaving like a bad egg. They talk rubbish behind you. On the face, they were very polite and you're friendly, which you can trust with. But on the back, they can they can tell your secret to everyone, which was a very bad manner. That's why people don't trust other. If people like they didn't exist, then people might share more openly to the other person. But nowadays, people usually feel very confined and congested in sharing thoughts due to the fair consequences they have suffered from.
What are the benefits and drawbacks of sharing personal information with others?
Well, in my opinion, there are a plethora of positive and negative sides.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing experience is like a double-edged sword. Like if we share thought with some persons, which are our which are our best friends and colleagues and most cherished and favorite person, they help us to get out of that trouble or of that situation. But on the flip side, if we trust some other person that is like a bad egg, we have to face fair consequences of that he can just spill our secret all around, and we have to face fair consequences, which is very detrimental for our mental health, physical well-being. And in some situations, people usually become a patient of anxiety and depression after sharing his personal thoughts with others due to everyone know about it.
Okay, my last question is how can we balance privacy in our relationships?
Well, as far as I am concerned, we have to limit our things that we share with others. Like some of things which we have to keep on our own are to just to our families, not to with other friends. And there are other things which can share with everyone. For example, if we have some close relationship which is not very open to others, like we cannot share them with others, as other people can exaggerate it very much. But on the flip side, if we have something to share with, like I get a good score in my test, I can share with it everyone. But on the other hand, before doing the test, I don't have to share this, because if I do so, I have to face fair consequences about it.
Good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking practice test. I wish you good luck. Huh?